Yes, sir.
Hey, everybody, welcome to an as yet unnamed show. It's a podcast about games, though, because we needed another. You can find the show notes for this show as well as other content at runjumpstomp.com. This is episode number 39, apparently, for the week of August 4th, 2016. I'm Bill, one of your hosts, and joining me is my co-host, Zap. Say hello. Tell us a bit about yourself.
Hello, my name is Zap. As just been introduced, I'm a UK streamer, variety streamer, but mainly streaming in Guild Wars 2 and fanatical about games. And it's great to be here.
I'm really happy to have you aboard. This week, we're going to be talking about Atlas Reactor. And then maybe as we go, you could read like the green ones and I'll do the blue ones. Does that make sense?
Okay, yeah, that's fine.
All right, so this week we'll be talking about Atlas Reactor.
CSGO gambling websites, awkward move towards legitimacy.
That's you struggled with that word, but we'll be okay. Overwatch Summer Games.
Someone pays $1,300 for No Man's Sky.
Disney Infinity has an end date.
And Activision details Marvel Alliance fixes and offers DLC.
Awesome. All right, so let's get into the first story. Those are the headlines for this week. The first story is Atlas Reactor is moving to another monetization model. Are you familiar with Atlas Reactor at all?
I am, and the scary thing is I just got my Tryon partnership through. So... This makes it quite hilarious. I am very familiar with Atlas Reactor, played it quite a lot, and quite enjoy it. But I didn't realise they've got another model coming through. So,
well, in the beta, for those of you who aren't familiar with it, in the beta, the way that they were planning on doing it as a buy to play or a free to play game, and then they said, you know what? People are asking us to do a lot of the add more characters and stuff, and we weren't planning on doing that. So if we're going to do that, we're going to need to change this to a buy-to-play game, not a subscription base, but where everybody actually has to buy to get the base game. And I'm not sure, is Atlas Reactor actually out yet?
I don't think it is. I think it's still in what they technically will class as beta.
Okay.
And it's been in beta for a while now.
Yeah,
I started in alpha. I started playing it in alpha, but changing the model it's not a good move. I don't think.
Well, the first time that they changed the model, I think it was a good move. But now they're changing it again by adding a free mode so that people can get a taste of the game. And if you've never played it, it's kind of like an XCOM game that is mixed with, I guess I would say, almost like a MOBA, but not really like a MOBA. And it's turn-based, but everybody's turn happens at the same time. It's a really weird way to describe a game. But I think that they're regretting their idea to go buy to play.
Yeah, I think as well. I think what scares people, and it scares me, like I said, I know I just got a partnership through with Tryon. But Tryon have always had this thing that they've gone down that pay-to-win route. I mean, look at Arcade. Arcade was a prime example. So is this, again, them trying to just suck as much money out of the fan base as possible? Because it's a good game. It's a really solid game, and I don't see why they've got to mess with it. It's got so much good for it, but it's just going to put people off so quick.
Yeah, and I would agree that it's a really good game. Although, to be fair, since that's been... I mean, I played it in alpha, I think, and then since it's come to beta, and it's even on Steam now, I still haven't loaded it up, even though I can. And that is... I guess the way that I'm trying to say it is, it's a good game, but it doesn't make me really want to play it. But when I play it, I have fun. And they've done a really good job with the characters in it. Every character has personality, it looks like. And their character designers are really good. I hope that they do well, but I just see them going... I think they're regretting their decision.
Yeah, I want it to succeed because, I mean, I like Tryon as a developer. They've done some really solid games. I mean, Trove is probably one of their success stories. Arcade was a failure. They're very a mixed bag, but Atlas Reactor could have been something good for them, a different direction, completely different game if you like, and just like I say, messing with the business model behind it is just gonna the free mode. I think for people are gonna look at it and go, well, hang on a minute, if it's free. I can just, there's money I can then sink into it. Okay, hang on a minute. The heroes, everything can just get out of whack, and I just wish they hadn't done it. I really do.
Yeah, and it looks like it's also been delayed. Darian97 in chat just said, he just quoted their website. It says, while we're planning to launch Atlas Reactor in 2016, we're not announcing a launch date at this time. And that was back in May. And now we're all the way up to August. So it might actually be delayed for their official launch. But if you're curious about the game, I think you can play it now for free on Steam, but I'm not sure.
Yeah, and according to Game FAQs, the release date was supposed to be Christmas this year, or around about December, 5th of December.
Oh, okay. So maybe it's not delayed.
Maybe, well, we'll see. I mean, it's unless they want to keep it in beta permanently, which seems to be the norm for some companies these days.
Yeah. All right. So you want to tell us about Story 2?
Yeah, CS. I hope everyone should be familiar with CS:GO, but the second one is the CS:GO and the gambling websites. Now, basically, CS:GO is a major ESL shooter. It's a first-person shooter, and it has a lot going for it. Very Twitch-based mechanics, that kind of stuff. And what you've got is the ability to gamble on skins for guns. Now, that's all well and good, but where it comes problematic is people can do this through their Steam account. Now, you can have a Steam account from any age, but the minimum requirement for a Steam account is 13. Mum and dad can sign up for, it's people will sign up for stuff like that all the time. But it's these 13, anybody who's under the age of, I don't know what it is in America where you are, Run Jump.
18.
18, so it's 18 here in the UK. You can't gamble legally till you're 18. And what they're doing in these gambling websites is they're actually gambling for real world money, for hard-earned money. And it's under 18 doing this kind of shady thing where they're getting people on to gamble for these skins, paying real world money and losing. That's one part of it. The second part is there are YouTubers out there who have been blown up in the last couple of weeks or so where they've basically advertised these websites and said you can win lots of money, you can win skins, this, that and the other, but not knowing that these YouTubers are actually part of that website or own the website. So effectively they've got the back doors to show people, or they've got the back doors so in the videos they can look like they're winning thousands of dollars.
Oh, okay.
So for me, this is completely, for me, these websites should just be shut down. There's no place for anybody to be doing it, especially when it's that shady. That kind of like, well, hang on a minute, why are they doing this in videos? Obviously, it's for views, it's for money, it's for revenue, but they're basically just destroying what is a very good ESL sport to watch. And two, it's not it's not ethical at all. There's no ethics to make people want to gamble at like 13, 14 years old or whatever age, and they're spending real world money, which would be their parents' money, on these skins, and they've got no chance of winning them.
Yeah, and so how is it that they're moving this toward legitimacy according to the website here? Yeah,
they're trying to like go under Valve's kind of rules. Valve has sanctioned them all to shut down. That's what Valve has asked for. They have no part in any of this. They have basically said, Valve are a very funny company as well. They don't like to come out. They basically like, if there's any dirt near them, they like to push it away as quickly as possible. But this wasn't going away. They have to come out and talk about it. And they've basically said, look, we want all these gambling sites shut down. And what the gambling sites are trying to do, and CSGO Lounge is one of them, they're basically trying to sanction it as a legal gambling way. So I believe from what I've seen is they're trying to get people to sign up separately on their website. So you then have to be 18, which is then complete rubbish. because anybody who's anybody can sign up to a website, be it you're 14 years old or 28 years old, by just clicking a button. All it is scroll. We all know what it is. We scroll down, yada 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 yada.
Yeah.
Click the button at the bottom. Oh, look, you've signed up. There's no way of verifying that person behind the computer screen's age.
Yeah,
you can't do it.
Like whenever I log into Steam and it's like it's a game that that is restricted for age reasons. You know, it always says my birthday is January 1st, 1961. That's not my birthday. That's not the year I was born.
Yeah. You know, that's the thing. You know, there is no actual way. So this whole going towards legitimacy is complete rubbish. They should cease and desist, and that's what Valve have asked them to do. Cease, desist, shut down, you're done. Or the other way they're also trying to do it, which is what I've been hearing through the grapevine of people, is the fact that they're trying to make it look like they're going to be gambling for just the skins and just skin versus skin. There's no real wild money. But then how long will it take for them to change back? You know, it all blows over. Oh, hang on, let's just slip in a few dollars here, a few pounds here, this, that, and the other, and it's not good. For me as a gamer, it's very bad on the gaming industry. It looks bad, like really bad on the gaming industry.
Oh, it definitely does. All right, so let's take a look at the third story for today, and that is that Overwatch has moved into releasing the summer games, which I gotta say was a huge surprise to me. I hadn't played Overwatch in probably, I'm gonna say like 2 or 3 weeks. Not that it's not a great game, because it is. I love Overwatch. It's my favorite first-person shooter. However, I had kind of moved past really playing it where I was playing it like all the time, every day. And then this summer game things, it jumped in and I didn't even really notice it until the other day. I loaded up and a streamer that I was watching was playing, and I looked and I was like, wait a second, is that Rocket League? Because that looks like Rocket League. And it's not Rocket League, it is Lucio Ball, which is really, really cool. So have you had a chance to play this yet?
I have, and I'm waiting for Rocket League to sue Blizzard.
Oh my god, no kidding. This is clearly Rocket League.
They've basically looked and gone at Rocket League and gone, I want a slice of that entertainment, because that's what it is. That's Rocket League in a nutshell. I am, because I'm a massive Rocket League fan, I like Lucio Ball, but it doesn't have that kind of that addiction that Rocket League does. I can play Rocket League, Lucio Ball for a little while, and I'm like, now I'm done. It's good, but yeah, I'm a bit like I'm on the fence with it, if I'm honest.
Yeah, well, the thing that I noticed about it is Rocket League is a lot faster, although at the same time, when Lucio gets up on the walls, he moves a lot faster than he does on the ground. I played Lucio Ball for a little bit, and then I loaded up Rocket League, and I would definitely say that Rocket League is a better version of this game, but this got me back into Overwatch, which is brilliant of Blizzard. They're famous for doing holiday stuff around World of Warcraft, and if they did this for the Olympics, that tells me that they're probably going to be doing more of this stuff for other holidays and events that come through. So what kind of games do you think that you might be looking forward to seeing when we get the next version of Battle.net, or not Battle.net, of Blizzard's release of Overwatch?
I want to see something with Reaper and Halloween. That's got to be something there. I mean, there's going to be like a ding dong dash of Reapers, you know. And I think that you're right. For what they're going on, the point you said about Blizzard, they know how to make very good content that draws you back in, and you get sucked in by these game modes. And you're right. The actual premise, if it's kind of like the starting platform for more holiday events, it's brilliant. It's an amazing thing to do, and I'm a massive football fan, and I think this is amazing. You know, way to do it. So the Halloween and Christmas, I'm quite excited to see what they do for Overwatch with Halloween and Christmas. And then you've got stuff like New Year, if they do like a New Year festival tied in with Christmas. I'm just trying to think like how you could do it. I mean, what would be really cool is when we come around, say, next summer, that they do the summer games again, not just tied in with the Olympics, but then choose a different person in their roster and do a game associated with those people. Obviously, Lucio's Brazil. Brazil is supposed to be the home of football. So that's that. Then do a different kind of like tracking event. I'd love to see you do a running race with tracers.
Oh, that would be awesome.
Just a track and field event with tracers. I think that you're right. I think they're doing something amazing. Hats off to Blizzard. Blizzard with the content, they're spot on.
Yeah, and it got me really excited about the game again. And for those of you who don't know, there's also skins that you can only get. And this is, a lot of people are upset about this, but this doesn't bother me. You can't buy these skins for these characters with in-game currency. You can only do it by getting the loot boxes. Now, yes, you can go out and buy loot boxes if you want. That doesn't guarantee you that you're going to get one of these skins, but you can also get these just by playing the game. I didn't get any of the new ones, but I know that some people in chat have already said that they've got the track and field tracer, she's really cool. She's in like running shorts or whatever, and she's got a flag hanging off of her back, and she's got this the thing that Tracer has on her chest that allows her to travel through time. It says "Leet" on it because it's just really well done. But that's what's going on with Blizzard. So let's talk about the next story.
The next story. Hang on, I'm work. So the next story was someone pays $1,300 for No Man's Sky. So firstly, are you familiar with No Man's Sky?
I'm a little familiar with No Man's Sky. No Man's Sky is like it. If I'm correct, this is like it's first off, it's not out yet, correct?
No, it's actually out for PC, so we'll talk about the PC. It's out for PS4 on the 9th. I don't know if it's coming to Xbox. It's out for console on the 9th, and it's coming for PC on the 12th.
Right, and it's like a space exploration game that has like millions of worlds you can land on. Yeah,
that's it. So basically what the premise is, No Man's Sky, the premise is effectively it's a randomly generated universe that is set up as a multiplayer, but they reckon there's like a 0.1% chance of finding someone, like your friends. So it's actually set out as a single player. Steam has it listed as a single player, but there is a multiplayer content in behind it. Now, this story caught my eye with I'm personally deciding whether I should invest into No Man's Sky and obviously stream the content. I'm a little bit like at this point in time. But this story, when someone actually paid $1,300 to buy an early copy of No Man's Sky, and he completed it in like 30 hours.
He completed the game?
Completed the game in 30 hours. So this game was supposed to be massive. So he completed it in 30 hours, which is no bigger than pretty much like a standard RPG these days, when you're not doing any extra content. He said there was still some stuff to do, but the main story was done. And what scares me the most,
go ahead,
is he said it was underwhelming.
Well, I don't know about taking one person's opinion of it. I'm going to see what a lot of people think. And yeah, he got through the story in 30 hours. They're not going to be able to make this huge story to go along with this game. This game really feels to me more like exploration, like Minecraft. Minecraft has no story at all. People can go through Minecraft and kill the Ender Dragon in really short amounts of time. Showing all my cards here. I've never killed the Ender Dragon. I've tried, but I've always died.
I'm scared of Enderman.
I think everybody's scared of Enderman. But the idea that this guy paid $1,300 for No Man's Sky. Listen, man, my daughter just scratched up my car, so this guy should be sending me some money because he's got, if he just waited a little bit, he'd have he could get the game and have the chance to actually run into people. But it doesn't bother me that he finished it in 30 hours.
No, that doesn't bother me. It's the fact that someone is willing. that someone is willing to pay. If this is true, and they're talking it is true. There has been proven that he bought this, and we've got Chaz talking in chat, but about it, and I think that it's just the fact that someone's willing to pay $1,300 to own a game, which if you just waited a week and a half, you're paying $50, $60, £30, £40, £50 for me. It's always like just hold on, and put $1,300 to something a lot more useful than a PS4 copy of No Man's Sky.
Yeah, donate it to charity or something, man.
Yeah, just crazy. And I hope for the people who are so hyped about this game, that because hype scares me more than anything in the world now. I hope that the hype is real and the game comes out as a beautiful piece of gaming industry. Like, it just changes everything, and I hope it doesn't let people down. And I'm gonna wait till it releases, and I'm gonna see what people are saying. I'm not gonna see any of the story or anything like that. I'm just gonna wait till it releases, and then I'll probably go out and buy it. I'll wait. That's me.
Yeah, I'm gonna wait too. This story reminds me a little bit of, I can't remember the name of the game. There was a game that Guillermo del Toro, Norman Reedus, and Hideo Kojima were working on together. It was supposed to be like a horror game. And
PT?
What's ET stand for?
No, PT. It's
PT. Yeah. That was it. It was PT. I don't remember what that is. What that stood for again?
No, it's supposed to be the Silent Hill follow-on.
Yeah. So when that game got canceled because Konami and Kojima were butting heads all the time, people were putting the demo for that on eBay. Like my PS4 has this demo on there, and it was selling for lots of money. So this story kind of reminded me of that and made me laugh. That being said, let's move on to story number 5, and that is that Disney Infinity actually has an end date, so it's not quite as infinite as you might think. Now, I don't actually play this game. My son plays it. He loves it. It's really cool, and the figures that they made for the game are really good as well. But Disney, after putting out 3 versions of this game, they said, you know what? We've decided that we're no longer going to support or going to make video games. It's not very profitable. And that's fine. But here's what surprised me. Is that some of the games won't work at all. So after a certain date, you will not be able to play Disney Infinity 3.0 on certain systems, but you will be able to play them on other systems. So let me give you the breakdown here. If you bought the PC version of the game and you bought it directly through the Disney Infinity website, after September 30th, 2017, you won't be able to play the game anymore. They won't let you play the game. Now, this is a game that has single-player stuff, and I'm not sure why you won't be able to play it anymore. My only guess is that the game has some DRM that phones home to the main office to say, hey, is this a legitimate copy? And because they're shutting down their games division, they're going to be shutting down those servers, so people won't be able to ping those servers. If you bought it from the Windows Store after March 3rd, 2017, that game won't be playable at all. However, if you bought the game from Steam, it will function normally, but it won't have the online support. But you'll be able to play it indefinitely, and my guess is that is because Steam servers will be up to authenticate the copy. If you bought it on console, then you should be all set, which is where most people have bought it. But what do you think about this? About these companies making it so that you can't play these games that you paid for?
I think it's disgusting. Straight up disgusting. Especially, I know full well we've owned the first Disney Infinity. I had it for the PS3 and we had it for the Wii. And then we switched to Lego Dimensions, which is the one we've got in the house with the kids. But seriously, if one platform can Surely they can move the server something to like to Steam or something. That's bonkers. I mean, that's where DRM is bad in gaming as well. You're basically paying right off the bat. I mean, 60, 70, 80 pounds, or whatever it is for you guys over there. It's not a cheap game, and especially if you're paying it for on PC. You want to be able to play your game. That's the whole idea. You pay that money. They should offer a refund if they're going to be shutting it down, because that's not great on their own part, and it doesn't look. Again, it makes game companies look bad. Just money grabbing. Oh, hang on, we finished supporting this game. It's not making us any money, but we've made enough to do one, sort of thing. And I don't know. It's not good.
Yeah, and Abigail 13 in chat, she's got a really good point. That's a lot of money that people spent on additional characters that now they won't be able to use. I mean, I don't know how many my son has. He's probably got 10 or 15 extra characters that we got. I mean, we only bought them when they were on sale, but still, that's some money that we spent that if we had made the mistake of buying it directly from the Disney store or from the Windows store, we would be out money. Luckily, we have it on the Wii U, and so he'll be able to continually play it, and he doesn't use the online part anyway. Now, to be fair, I think most people who have the game bought it on console, but still, this really kind of ticks me off, and I think that Disney's doing a really bad thing here. Eskimo Princess in chat says that this is an awful an awful precedent for digital content. I totally agree with her, and I think that Disney's got a lawsuit coming up on their hands in the future.
I just think there's no need. I mean, there are plenty. Let's take one of the worst developers out there, EA, Electronic Arts. For me, one of their games they released, FIFA, is one of my favourite all-time games. I'm kind of a closet FIFA fan. Don't announce that very often because you just get booed and hissed everywhere and throwing stuff at you. But they support games. I can boot up FIFA 12 and still play an online game of FIFA 12, which now is, we took 5-6 years old, and they're still supporting a server.
Does that game have dedicated servers, or are you the server? Like, does the other player that you're playing with connect to you?
No, I believe it's a dedicated server. They've had dedicated servers for FIFA for a long time, because everyone makes the joke that there are football players faster than the EA servers, because they're terrible. But that's what gets me is I'm sure Disney can go, hang on, Steam, look, you're going to keep your servers going? Let's ping this all over to you. Do you mind having our server? Do you mind having all these information codes are the ones that have been bought digitally online? You had them, or send an email out to people who have bought it through the Windows Store and the Disney Store and say, right, can you now verify your game through Steam?
Yeah, that would be the perfect solution. Just give everybody a free Steam code to your game that you're not going to be selling any more of anyway.
That's it. The thing is, those figures, I'm only speaking from the Lego Dimension set. The Lego Dimension set over here, like for a world, is like £25 a pop. So that's probably for $35-40 for you.
I don't know.
We're talking quite a fair bit of money, and I'm looking down at the Dimension stuff that we've got, and it's excess of $2,000 in my house on Lego Dimensions, right? That's how much my kids play it. If Lego turned around and said, right, I'm sorry, or Warner Brothers set up the Lego stuff, say, right, we're not going to be supporting this game, I'd be going after them straight away. So hang on a minute, look, you owe me my money. Because not only that, the people who are obviously bought it digitally through Disney, and they want to sell their stuff. Technically, it's rendered useless. It's rendered worthless. That's going to drop the price of selling any of those figures if they think, well, let's the kids aren't playing with it anymore. Let's sell it. Oh, sorry, no one wants it because they've shut down the servers.
Yeah, you can't take that to GameStop or Game. That's your game store over there is just called Game, right? Yeah, you can't take it over to GameStop in the U.S. or Game in the UK and sell it to them because they're not going to carry it. It's not a video game anymore. Although, to be honest, those figures are really cool, and I'd probably buy them even if they didn't have video game stuff.
The later ones are really cool. Yeah. They look a lot better than the Lego stuff. You can build the Lego things.
Yeah. Well, let's take a look at our last story for today. Go ahead, and this is one of yours.
Yeah, this is dare I mention the name? Dirty word in gaming. Activision. Activision. You know what? You're a nasty company. I'll put it out there right now. Details Marvel Ultimate Alliance fixes and offers free DLC. Now, for me, okay, in this day and age, if I want to play a Marvel game, you got Marvel Heroes on Steam. It's an amazing game. Once they revamped it.
Yes, I agree.
This, as a console player and a massive fan of the Marvel universe, this was like one of the greatest Marvel games ever. I love this game. I've been searching for this game so hard on my Vita. Yes, I own a Vita. What's one of those? This game was just unbelievable. And I heard it was coming out on PC, being remastered. Like, yes! Okay, so it's being remastered. Let's have a look at the price. So, first of all, we'll start at the price. They're £32 each. Alright? That's the same price as the Total War Warhammer game over here. Mm-hmm. So for a remastered game, they're charging the same price as a new game.
Yeah.
Right? But two of them, they're not even doing it as like a pack. So first of all, you've got Activision bleeding on your heartstrings and pulling at your pockets because they want as much money as usual. Secondly, the Steam reviews are through the floor.
They're really bad.
They've absolutely destroyed this game. Apparently, it's unplayable, it's buggy, it's a mess. The port was absolutely awful. And what gets me the most is they're now saying they've got fixes. Why have they got to make fixes? A game that is being ported shouldn't have any it'll have problems because you've got to obviously upscale it, a little bit of touching up here and there, but it shouldn't be a buggy mess.
You wouldn't think so.
No, companies like Activision should be able to get it. Well, I say should. I mean, Activision's history is pretty much as disgusting as ever. I mean, let's take a look at Destiny. Destiny, when it launched, it literally was a empty mess, and now it's taken them 2 years to get it right. And I play Destiny in my free time. It's a great game, and Bungie is a part of Activision. The Call of Duty, we could go on about that one, but that's a different story for another day. The whole point of this article is it's not just the fact that they've destroyed an amazing game. It's Activision again, and it's Activision that seem to just get it wrong.
Yeah, and to me it feels this reminds me of another game or another story where a company has a known property and they decide that they want to port it to the PC from the console. And clearly what they're doing is they are hiring people who don't know what they're doing to port these things. Now, I don't like to talk bad or say negative things about somebody when I don't have all the information, but everything that I have read about this port of this game has been horrible. So this whole thing completely reminds me of the PC Steam port of Batman Arkham Knight, which was that game. Really, like, on console, everybody was like, man, this game is amazing. On PC, everybody's like, this thing is a hot turd. And that is really upsetting that, yet again, they are... Here's what I'm guessing is they probably hired or outsourced to port this game, which, by the way, is an old game. I have very good memories playing the first and the second one on my Xbox 360 way back in the day. But they hired, it seems like they hired the wrong company to do their port for them instead of doing it themselves. If you like Marvel Ultimate Alliance, maybe the free DLC and the PC patch is going to fix things. I highly doubt it. How long did Batman Arkham Knight swim around? And I in old Run Jump Stomp podcasts, I talked extensively about the ridiculous amount of time that it took to fix that game, and I don't know that it ever got fixed or if people just gave up. That I don't know.
They pulled it from Steam eventually, didn't they? It was like, that's it, done.
They did, because it came right at the same time when Steam said, hey, everybody, we've got this new thing where you can return games. And everybody was returning the Batman games, so they were like, you know what, maybe we'll just pull it until we get it fixed. I don't know that they ever did actually get it fixed so that it was up to par, but somehow I doubt it.
Just to point on what Darian says in chat, he says, "This is Activision, but praises Blizzard. They are the same. Technically, the only way they're the same is Activision owns Blizzard, but Blizzard is still its own company. Blizzard will still and Blizzard make very good games, and Blizzard don't fail to make a good game. Hearthstone is an amazing free-to-play card game. World of Warcraft that I've never played was the MMO of the years that everyone loved. Now let's take a look at Overwatch. It's one of the best first-person shooters out there.
Don't forget about Diablo.
Diablo 3 a little bit has got better over the years. Again, it was probably one of their murkier titles, but Diablo 2, amazing. And then Heroes of the Storm. Out of all the games I've listed, the only real murky one is Diablo 3, where it's had its issues. But that's because I believe, even though Activision own Blizzard, Activision kind of leave Blizzard to get on with it, because at the end of the day, the Blizzard have been doing it for years, they're making money. I dislike Activision. Activision have made so many wrong moves, especially this year, and it's like, it's that pulling on heartstrings of people of fans, and this one, for me, the Marvel Alliance, that's it. That's me done with any Activision title. I will not own an Activision title. If this gets fixed and it becomes playable, we'll see. I'm like you. I have my doubts.
All right. So we're going to move on to a section called The Long Play. This is where we talk about what games we've spent the most time on this week. I'll go ahead and get us started off. I played mostly Guild Wars 2 this week. I completely have gotten sucked into that game, not because it's the best game in the world or anything, but I'm having so much fun with it because I finally decided to start crafting my legendary Nevermore, which, if you don't play Guild Wars 2, it's this staff, and the process of doing this is going to take me a very long time to do. But every day I've been logging in and doing the all of the things that I have to do in order to get Nevermore, and I don't think that I've had this much fun with the game in a really long time now that I've got this goal out in front of me. I've also been raiding on it. When they added raids to it, it took me a few months before I decided to try them out. But now I've been trying, and we've been getting further and further. I know you also have been doing this, and in addition to that, I think I've been playing Necropolis. Those have been the two big ones that I've been playing this week, and you should definitely check out both of them if you don't play either one. Guild Wars 2 is free to play, so you can try it out, and don't take the word free to play as to be like a curse to its name, because if anybody does the monetization model of free-to-play right, I personally think it's ArenaNet, who make Guild Wars 2. And then Necropolis is, I think, $30 on Steam, and it's a roguelike that plays like Dark Souls. So those are the two games I've been playing. What have you been playing this week?
Well, funnily enough, Guild Wars 2 is on the top of my list. It has been. I checked before I decided to do what I had to do this evening to get my computer fixed. I checked my age in Guild Wars 2 this evening, and it's just hit 6,500 hours.
Wow.
And no more has been clocked up over the last couple of weeks. Now the Living Story 3 is out. And I'm part way through that. I'm getting drawn in. Everyone who I've spoken to has said it's an amazing part of the story arc. So I'm waiting for it just to snap me right in. The new map that they put in is beautiful. I've been raiding now. I'm obviously, like yourself, we're part of Bogot is the Ottoman Empire, and you've got an NA raid group. I've got an EU group, and we did manage to do. I don't want to have to say it, but we did manage to do Veil Guardian on our first try. Six tries in, we took Veil Guardian down, which was an amazing achievement by us guys, and it was like our first night together.
That's awesome.
And believe it or not, I was fixing my computer before I raided as well. I was installing a new cooler. So it's been brilliant, and I've got that real bug. And I'm now looking at a legendary, what the professions I play. But the biggest problem for me is my main is in a really weird place, and that's engineer. Engineer's in the the strangest place, and I've got my own video coming out over the next week or so, talking about like engineering, just where it's gone wrong for ArenaNet and the engineer profession itself. But I've also been playing a lot of Guardian. Guardian's a lot of fun. Guardian Ellie, and Quando will say in chat till he's blue in the face that we should play Necro. But that's another conversation for another day. And the second game is Hearthstone. Hearthstone is like my go-to game. I adore Hearthstone. Again, I've sunk many hours and many pounds, I say quietly so my wife doesn't hear, into that game. I think I'm on to about £600-700 into
Holy crackers.
Yeah. It's that's over 2 years though. That doesn't make it sound any better.
Still.
But Blizzard know how to do it. They do. And the problem with Hearthstone, if you've never played it, guys, it's a free-to-play game. And what they've just done is they've changed it up completely. Where there's now 2 formats. You've got Standard and Wild. And Standard literally has all the expansions from the last 2 years. Anything before that are not included. Classic and the expansions, for, like I say, from the last 2 years. Wild has every single card, so new players have now got a chance to get involved and have a chance at laddering. They brought in a new set. We're in the Whispers of the Old God. And they brought in these new cards, the Cthulhu cards, which are giving a lot of people a lot of chance getting on the ladder, earning ladder points, ladder ranks, and getting gold and doing that. And next week, actually, I'm going to be sucked back in because the new adventure's releasing, and I can't wait. I can't wait for it to release. And Blizzard, they do it and they do it again, and I can't wait. So yeah, they're the 2 I've been playing. Again, guys, give it a go. Give it a go. It's addictive. Quando knows how addictive it is because I did it on stream once and he started playing straight away. So yeah.
Nice. And by the way, it's also available on phones and iPads, so you can play it on pretty much anything these days. Let's go to a new segment, which is Wish Listed. This is our last segment for the day. This is where we talk about a game that we've added to our wish list, be it a mental wish list or a Steam wish list, or just a game that has caught our attention that we want to check out. Why don't you go ahead and start out?
For me, it's Final Fantasy 15. I am a proper closet Final Fantasy fan. Obviously, there's 2 games listed in what I've been playing. I've also been sinking time into Final Fantasy X again, doing some of the harder stuff for a stream in the future. Not going to say too much more about that, but Final Fantasy is pretty much one of my favourite series ever. I can get lost in the worlds of 6, 7, 8, 9, any of the previous ones as well. They're just gorgeous, absolutely stunning games, and they kind of got worse after 10. 10 they say was like the last real good Final Fantasy, but the thing with 15 is they're taking it in a completely different direction. I'm really excited about it, really excited about where they're going. I'm hoping Square Enix get it right. The other ones have been good but kind of up to par, but this one I'm really excited. I saw the E3 demo, and then I saw then I played the demo they released, and it's just quite funky Japanese RPG. It's a JRPG, and yeah, I'm hooked. I'm ready.
Yeah, my problem with Final Fantasy games, not that I don't like them, because I like all of them, is that they're too long for me. Right. So I'll be playing, and I know that sounds like a ridiculous thing. What, you don't want more gameplay for your money? But I'll start playing them, and then I'll see something shiny, and I will get distracted. And then I'll be like, oh yeah, I'm going to play Final Fantasy. I haven't played it in a couple weeks, and I'll sit down, I'll be like, I don't remember what to do. Now I got to start all over. And so I start all the way at the beginning, and I get about the same distance, and then the same thing happens. I get distracted, and it happens to me every single time. But that's my problem. Final Fantasy 15 looks really good. I'm excited to try it out, although I don't have a PS4.
Yeah, it's PS4 exclusive.
Well, it's a PS4 exclusive at the beginning. I'm sure it'll come to Steam eventually, because I'm a PC gamer myself. Maybe it'll come out on the NX, I hope, because I'm also a Nintendo gamer. But the game that I added to my wish list this week was Starbound, That's now come out, and I've seen some people playing it. Basically, it's Terraria, which if you've never played is like Minecraft, but two-dimensional. That's not really doing it justice to describe Terraria that way. But Starbound is a lot... It looks similar to Terraria, and you do kind of the same things, but at the same time, you also... You land on a planet, you take everything from the planet that you can. You do quests on the planet, apparently. I didn't even know about that until I watched somebody streaming it the other day. And then once you've used up all the resources on that, you leave. You can go to the next planet and try it out. Right. And that sounds really, really fun. And I really like their art style, that 8-bit pixely art style. I mean, you guys, those of you who watch my stream, you know that I love that retro feel to stuff. But that's why Starbound's been added to my wish list.
If it's got multiplayer, I can see a dual stream coming up in the future.
It
or
does
even
have
videos
multiplayer
for YouTube.
Yeah.
It's kind of one of them games that I'd get sucked into. Terraria is one of my... I love Terraria. I don't play it enough, and I get moaned at by my community because I should play it more on the channel. And I got Terraria on the phone, so Starbound is definitely right on my... I'm gonna give it a look. I'm gonna definitely give it a look.
Awesome. Well, that's it for the show this week. I really appreciate everybody coming by and watching the show live, and thanks so much for joining me, Zap. It was really fun. If you guys want to support the show, the best way that you can do that is give it a review on iTunes. It helps us get visibility there. If you want to be part of the show, we are planning on recording these on Thursday afternoon in the U.S. Eastern Time, somewhere around between 2 and 4 p.m. U.S. Eastern. What time is it there now for you, Zap? In
10 p.m. here.
All right,
10 p.m. in Queen's English is 10 p.m.
Yeah, it's much later for him. You can also email questions to runjumpstomp@gmail.com. Or you can call and leave a voicemail that we may play on the air. That phone number for that is 260-RUN-JUMP. That's 260-786-5867. You can find me on Twitter, Twitch, and YouTube at RunJumpStomp. And where can people find you, Zap?
You can find me on Twitch at DJ Zap. You can find me on Twitter at Django Zap. Don't ask, long story. And also YouTube is at Django Zap.
All right. As always, thanks for listening, and we will see you guys next time. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
All right, and you can hit stop on Audacity.